Most factories today are basically running on reaction. A machine breaks down, a whole batch fails inspection, a deadline gets missed. But what if? What if they could run on prediction instead? Today, we're diving into the key AI applications that are completely flipping the script on manufacturing, turning it from a game of reaction into a science of foresight. And it's all built on one single critical foundation. Just think about that for a second. Imagine your machines telling you, hey, I'm about to fail next week, or knowing the quality of a product before it's even finished. Now, this isn't science fiction, not anymore. This is the core promise of the AI-powered smart factory. So, to really get our heads around how to build this, we first need to understand the destination. It's like any journey, right? You gotta know where you're going. In this explainer, we're going to explore that incredible future vision, because if we know what's possible tomorrow, we can figure out the essential practical steps we need to take today. All right, first up is one of the biggest game changers out there, predictive maintenance. This is all about shifting from reacting to problems to preventing them before they even have a chance to happen. So, how does this actually work? Well, think of AI models as the nervous system of your factory. They're constantly analyzing a flood of data from sensors on all your critical equipment. Pumps, motors, generators. They're listening for these tiny digital whispers, a slight change in vibration, a tiny uptick in temperature, things a human would never notice. But these are the signals that a future breakdown is on the horizon. And this is where the benefits just pile up. You get to avoid those absolutely disastrous production halts and those super expensive emergency repairs. You can actually schedule your engineers' time efficiently instead of having them just wait around for a crisis. I've heard so many factory managers complain that their maintenance engineers look idle right up until 3 machines break at once and it's all hands on deck. Well, predictive maintenance solves this. It turns chaotic firefighting into a planned, proactive process. Next up, AI moves from just protecting the machines to actually perfecting the product itself. This is all about embedding intelligence right into your quality control and your production process. Now, this is incredibly powerful. Instead of waiting until a product gets all the way to the end of the line to find out if the batch is any good, AI can analyze data at every single step of the process. And based on that data, it can predict the final quality and yield. This lets you catch any deviations super early and make adjustments on the fly, which dramatically, and I mean dramatically, reduces waste and scrap. And that leads to this really cool concept called run-to-run control, or R2R for short. So after one production batch, or run, is finished, the AI looks at the outcome and automatically tweaks the machine settings for the next one. It's this constant, tiny adjustment loop that takes human error out of the equation and gets rid of the need for those costly pilot runs. It's a massive boost for both consistency and efficiency. Okay, our third section looks at efficiency from 2 really powerful angles: the energy you use and the defects you can see. Let's be honest, energy is a huge and often invisible cost for any factory. AI can change that. It connects your production schedule directly to your facility's utilities. So, for example, if the system knows production is going to slow down for the next hour, it can automatically put a super energy-hungry piece of equipment, like a boiler, into standby mode. This kind of smart resource management, when you apply it across an entire facility, leads to some serious savings, all without anyone having to lift a finger. And then we have computer vision. This basically gives your production line a superhuman set of eyes that never, ever gets tired. It uses AI-powered cameras to do high-speed visual inspections, and it can spot things like microscopic cracks on a silicon wafer or a single misplaced component on a circuit board, all those tiny defects that a human inspector would just inevitably miss after a few hours. I mean, this comparison really says it all, doesn't it? Manual inspection is slow, it's expensive, and it's just bound to have errors because of human fatigue. AI vision, on the other hand, is lightning fast, incredibly consistent, and you can scale it across your entire production line 24/7. It's no contest. And here's a really crucial point. While all 5 of these applications are totally transformative, computer vision is the one that's seen the most widespread and successful use in factories so far. For a lot of companies, it's often the first and most tangible way they start their journey into manufacturing AI. So, we've seen 5 incredible ways AI can transform a factory. But all of this amazing technology, all this potential, it all hinges on one single foundational question. So, let's say you're sold on the vision. You want that predictive maintenance. You want that automated quality control. Where do you start? What's the very first thing you buy? Who's the first person you hire?
And here it is. This is the single most important takeaway from this entire explainer. The journey does not begin with hiring a team of data scientists or buying some fancy AI software. It begins, and it must begin, with building a solid foundation of clean, accessible, real-time data. This right here is the blueprint. First, you need the bedrock. That's IoT, the Industrial Internet of Things. In simple terms, it just means sticking sensors on your machines to collect that raw data. Second, you need the framework, a manufacturing execution system, or MES. Think of this as the digital brain that knows exactly where every single product is in your workflow at any given moment. And only then, once you have that solid foundation of data in place, can you actually start building the cool AI stuff on top of it. This quote just perfectly captures the whole problem. Without that underlying data from IoT and MES, asking a team of data scientists to build you a predictive model is completely pointless. It's like climbing a tree to catch a fish. You're in the wrong place, you're using the wrong tools, because you're missing the one fundamental element you absolutely need to succeed. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question to think about. Look at the data in your operations today. Is it just a dusty historical record of what's already happened? Or is it a living, breathing blueprint that you can use to build a smarter, more predictive, and way more efficient future? The answer to that question will tell you exactly where your journey really begins.